Hello, everyone. It's your friend, your boy, Jetblack, the one and only, here with another exciting live stream. I'm going to make a slight change to how I do fan polls. So, in the past, what we've done for fan polls is if there is a tie between multiple votes, that we do a random selection. Now, instead of doing a random selection based off of a tie, I will put in my own opinion as an additional vote, but I will not add an additional thing that no one has voted for. Instead, I'll simply throw in my vote on one of the things that is currently in a tie. This case, we had a vote from Kells to do a custom archetype review on Dueling Book. We had a vote from Magic Trickster to play Dueling Nexus, where you can play any type of deck that you want. And then we had a very strict condition-based vote from Yotaro, aka Matt. In this case, we are going to be going with Magic Trickster's vote because out of those three options, what I wanted to do personally was play on Dueling Nexus. Any deck goes. So you can just kind of use whatever deck you want, as long as it's legal within the game, of course. Right now, I'm still trying to get the live chat up. That way I can share the link with you all. For whatever reason, YouTube isn't as good as it used to be when it comes to setting up the live chat. Well, it looks like we already have someone who's ready to duel. Don't worry, I'm going to make the duel screen a lot bigger. I just need the live chat up so I can get that all squared away and ready to go. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of how interesting I feel like these duels are against randos. But I actually do think facing off against randos is quite interesting. The reason why is because I feel like a lot of random people are going to be playing decks that are optimized. The idea is that they're like trying to win. They're trying to play really competitive decks. Not saying that I personally am not trying to win, but more saying that I definitely play a more eccentric style than what you would necessarily see at a tournament scene or a normal competitive play. Let's see. Do the danger monsters do anything but their normal discard effect? Let's see. Not that I'm aware of. Reveal this card in your hand, special summon Bigfoot, and target one face up card your opponent controls. Well, that's like if it gets discarded. So I think we're good in a lot of cases. So he mainly has a bunch of dangers up, and then of course he's getting his APC stuff set up, and he has Union Hanger. We may or may not be fine. We're about to find out. My opponent definitely has a board, that's for sure. Let's see. Let's do the pop-out chat. We got you guys here. Here we go. We're going to change it from top chat to live chat. Oh, he just used all of them as materials for Saryuja. So in the end, all that other stuff wasn't meant to be up there for much more than material. Let's see. Rap King said, Nick, you know who Chris Brown is? Yes. And then Rap King said, he says these hoes ain't loyal. The Magic Trickster said, hey, Nick, who are you facing? He said, or I guess I should say, who are you dueling? I'm facing off against Medium F. I don't really know who Medium F is, but it's good to see you guys. Welcome to the stream. Do you have any questions, discussion topics, or just want to say how your day is? Feel free to tell me in the live chat. Always here to talk with you guys. It's interesting because of how Saryuja works. If you get enough materials out, it's almost like you get another turn, but not necessarily. And then Magic Trickster said, so a rando then. Yes. I set up a duel room, and he happened to get in pretty quickly. Oh, by the way, I've changed how I'm going to do the fan pools. Whenever there's a tie, instead of randomly selecting between the different options that are currently in a draw, I'll just pick the one that I think I'd have the most fun doing. So this time around, I picked your vote, Magic Trickster, out of the tie. Magic Trickster said, "Well, I fixed the deck that I couldn't use yesterday, so I could use it." Um, you very well may be able to jump in on this next duel. Then Matt said, Jet, no. Matt, you have no control over it. Let's see. Welcome to the stream, Matt. Good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And any discussion topics I like to talk about on the stream? Rap King said, Nick, are you okay? Because I have not been here in a bit. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm about to graduate soon. So it's mainly just been a lot of school stuff recently. So let's see. Nightmare Cerberus. If this card is link summoned, you can discard one card, then target one special summon monster in your main monster zone. Destroy it. Then if this card was co-linked with this effect, you can draw one card. So let's see. This will be interesting. Imperial Order. Negate all spell effects on the field. Not bad. Then Matt said that means that certain things will never win. The Magic Trickster said, yep, I'm waiting for your new room so I can strike. That's interesting. He stopped his own Union Hanger. I will play this anyways. Cool. What does ABC Dragon Buster do? Once per turn, quick effect, you can discard one card, then target one card on the field and banish it. I see. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you contribute this card. I probably shouldn't have played Dark Sanctuary then. But I could use it in order to make my opponent flinch. We'll see. Let's see, Magic. Oh, I already read that. Matt said, you're making the fan polls less about the fans. ABC Buster Dragon broke into its individual pieces. We lost Mirror Force. Magic Trickster says he says no to a lot of spells and traps if you decide to stall that long to discard enough. Interesting. Matt said, what is the point of voting at this point? The point of voting is that you still have the ability to say what you want to see. Also, if something gets the majority, I have no real say. I only will intervene if there's a tie. Assassin Master said hello, and I will strike to play soon. Ooh, good to see. How's everyone's day today? Do you have any questions for your boy and any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? I see. So he also can get rid of things. Well, my board is definitely open. Stopping spell effects without one card is really good. Not a lot of people have trap removal. I'm curious how many copies of Imperial Order you're allowed to have in your deck. Might be a one of. You might have just kind of lucked into it. Let's see. Matt said, but mine are always fringe. Well, fringe and the majority don't normally go together. Let's see. Assassin Master said, any questions about Naruto for anyone seeing this? Assassin Master wants to answer anyone's Naruto questions. Hmm. He relies heavily on monster effects. He or she, well, I just shouldn't assume gender at all. Just medium if relies a lot on monster effects and Imperial Order. I don't think a single trap has been drawn. I think he's preparing to attack. Well, sorry, I think medium F is preparing to attack. Maybe F would just be easier to say. Let's see. F has no cards to discard. This should be game. I have no way of stopping the attack. I rely heavily on spells, so Imperial Order is a one card shutdown. Hashtag GG, hashtag good game, hashtag handshake. Ooh, good game. Ooh, Dex Duel. Imperial Order was a really good shutdown. I am curious if that's a one of or if you can just have as many of those as you want. Matt said, but you don't even have enough people voting for that intervention to be needed. We had a three-way tie this time, and the reason you chose was to avoid dealing with my vote, which is unjust when this wasn't the case before. Magic Trickster then said, all right. Yeah, Magic Trickster, welcome. Well, it always has to start somewhere, Matt. Magic Trickster said, I'm ready to get my game on. Okay, I'm glad you're hyped. Hmm. Curious to see what I'll be facing up against. Ooh, I like the artwork. During the main phase quick effect, you contribute this card, discard one spell, and switch summon one Witchcrafter monster from your deck. Hmm. You can banish this card from your graveyard, draw one card, then send one Witchcrafter card from your hand to the graveyard. Or, if you have none, banish your entire hand. Ooh. Witchcrafter Hane. Your opponent cannot target other spellcaster monsters you control with card effects. You can discard one spell, then target one face-up card your opponent controls. Destroy it. Hmm. Interesting. Assassin Master said so close. He can target one face-up card I control. I see. That could very well be problematic. So let's see how this goes. Let's see. Matt said, but that should have been announced in the actual fan poll video, first of all. Second, when you only have at most 4 people voting, if you're lucky at any time, that means ties are bound to happen. Not if there's consensus. Ryan said, Matt getting burned by democracy. I do understand your concern about it being said in the initial fan poll video. Hmm. So I understand your displeasure at that. That being said, that's something that can only happen once, more or less, like the displeasure factor. Uh, now that it's known, it is known. Let's see. During each end phase, if you control a witchcraft or monster, all those cards in your graveyard, you're going to add this card to your hand. Interesting. It recycles itself. Hmm. I don't believe that I'll be able to do too much. What do you do again? Hmm. That's still not a lot. So I could use him, but he wouldn't do much for me. Well, I believe my opponent's definitely got me on the ropes here. Let's see. So where are we at? Assassin Master said, my chances are still high though, but keeping hopes up. Matt said, meaning that at that point, ties will always exclude people wanting you to do different things. Not true. Um, the idea then will be if it's a tie, it's based on what I want to choose out of that selection. Got him. He did indeed get that monster. No chain. So he'll get that one as well. Let's see, there's only so much I can do. This won't do much for me right now, but it will limit the amount of damage. No, because he can discard. Actually, I didn't even see what he discarded. But it did happen. Yeah. Looks like I'll be taking an onslaught. Let's see where we at. Matt said this isn't a democracy. This is a parliament with the king having ultimate authority. I can only choose from options at time, Matt. Meaning I'm not actually creating new options. Then Rap King said, do you like Little Pump? I don't listen to Little Pump. Then Ryan said, sounds like a shit parliament. Matt said, displeasure can happen forever, so long as the rule is in place. So currently what Matt is upset about is that I'm no longer doing the random selection out of tie thing. If there's a tie between multiple options, I just pick the one that I like the most, and then I'll just do that. Okay. Magic Trickster then said, oof. It won't be that bad, I assure you. I can't do very much at all. Also, I just realized that boost that I gave, he can't attack because he special summoned someone from the graveyard. So the boost didn't mean nearly as much. And then Homeboy will simply die. Yeah, what I did didn't mean much at all. Assassin Master said, hopes are still in that I can still play the game. I'm sure you can. You can just eliminate this. This is actually a really nice defense that he has. Let's see, Nani said Benson is alive and well. Ryan said Matt just sees the means of production. Matt said, sure, let me go into Jet's room and take his laptops. Oh, wait, that's criminal. That is true. Zikri said, Nick, do you have a girl? Not at the moment, no. Oop, GG. Hashtag GG. Hashtag good game. Hashtag handshake. I felt like you had a solid defense. There's not very much I could do at all. Let's see. We're going up against Popcorn this time around. Or not. A, okay. Going up against king. Let's see. Michael and Joshua said Michael and Joshua, the Forging Bros, didn't realize how long your name is. Said hi. Excuse me, hi. Yo, Forging Bros. Welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? Do you have any discussion topics to talk about on the stream? Assassin Master said I went to a local tournament and won. Congratulations. Rap King said, what about Kodak Black? I don't listen to Kodak Black either. Anime person said, can I go next, Nick? It's first come, first serve. If you have one original type monster in your graveyard, all monsters you control with the same type gain 800 attack. The equipped monster gains 500 attack. It's a water dragon deck. Interesting flex, but okay. Let's see. So where are we at? Ryan said a good way of destroying a democracy is doing crimes. Then Zinkri said, who's next? Assassin Master said, Yester, I went to a locals and won first place. Congrats. Magic Trickster said, GG. Nani said, did Nick win again? I actually have not won today at all. Though that may be about to change. We will see. Let's see. Assassin Master said, no. Magic Trickster said, the Handman, that's the only reason I could attack so carefree. Without it, I would be scared to attack. Understandable. Yeah, the hand was really good. It essentially stopped me due to the fact that I didn't have as many traps out on the field as I really needed. Nani said, who are you against, Nick? Right now I'm facing off against King. Matt said the whole point of the fan poll is to impartially allow fans to have you do something. So why add partiality? So what I've added to the fan polls, what Matt's currently talking about, is that if there's a tie, I just pick one of the options from the tie instead of doing a random selection between the different choices. Let's see. The Dinosaur King said, hey, Nick, how's your day going? Fantastic as always. Thank you for asking. How's your day today? Also, do you have any questions for your boy or any discussion topics like to talk about on the stream? Zikri said, Nick, do you use Copycat? I do not use Copycat. Nani said, why is it first come, first serve instead of letting everyone try? Nani, I don't understand exactly what you're asking when you say that. The reason why I'm confused by what you're saying is it's first come, first serve specifically so that the people who come first have the ability to play because they're just already ready. Whereas someone who's like, I want to play, like they say that now, but they're not necessarily ready to go, it's just slower. Let's see. So this conductor Tyranno thing is going to be really interesting. You can destroy one monster in your hand or field, and if you do, change all face-up monsters your opponent controls to face-down defense position. Yeah, you can do that once per turn. Every turn. So you can just keep flipping me face down. That's interesting. Dinosaur King said, my day is good. Then Nani said, what is Matt talking about? Matt said, I have no reason to vote in these anymore. The more that fan polls become restricted, the less likely you're going to get votes in the first place. I don't necessarily agree with that sentiment. I guess what I would like to know is how does everyone else feel about it? The idea that during ties in the fan poll, I have the ability to just choose what I want between the different tied options. Jefferson said Naruto topic. He said Naruto should be the topic. What about Naruto would you like to talk about? Ryan then said, then don't vote. Then Nani also said, don't vote. Ryan said Matt can protest the vote and not show up, but then he doesn't get represented. And Zikri said, hit that like button. Thank you kindly, Zikri. I appreciate the support. Let's see. Nani then said Cuxon is the host. Matt said, but this shouldn't be the case. The change obviously was going to cause upset. Is that necessarily so, Matt? So, Matt, who else is upset about the change? Matt said, so why even implement it? If you're already giving the hour away, why try to take it back? It's still me doing the will of the people. If everybody wants what you want, then we just get what you want. But if not everybody wants what you want, then we won't get what you want. But that was always the case. The only time where that wasn't the case is with the random chance. In the end, I still end up doing what the fans want. And if the fans want 3 different things, 4 different things, 5 different things equally, then it really doesn't matter in the end what's chosen. That's why we use random selection before. But I've learned that my quality of life can be decreased based off of random selection and could be increased while still allowing people to get what they want, as long as I play my cards right. Pun intended. Let's see, I don't know what your face down card is. This may not have been the best decision, but bottomless trap hole. Hey, I don't regret it. Let's see. Dinosaur King said, Matt, to be honest, I don't care either way. It is your stream, so you should be able to choose if there's a tie. But to me, either way, it doesn't matter. Jefferson said, to tell you I'm Assassin Master, but that account stopped working. That makes sense. Assassin Master wanted to talk about Naruto. You also wanted to talk about Naruto. I kind of was suspecting that you were probably the same person. Let's see. Nani said, what did Matt vote for? He voted for this, but I fight 2 people at the same time and additional conditions considering like what decks you're allowed to play versus what decks you're not allowed to play, etc. Interesting. So King used Dark Hole to destroy all monsters on the field. That definitely stopped the continuous burning that I was delivering. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna have to discard a card this turn if I don't play anything. Regardless, I feel rather safe. I'm not sure there's a point to playing these, other than to try to not lose those cards. Let's see. So where are we at? Matt said Dueling Nexus, but with conditions so that it is more favorable for us as an audience to duel them. Then Nani said, I see. Then Ryan said more like conditions that cause the time to run out, having divided attention between 2 duels. Let's see. I see. In the end, I'd have to discard a card anyways. Figures. Let's see. Nani said, is it the duel 2 people at once? And then Matt said, that's more duels for everyone. Plus, Jet doesn't put much time and thought into his turns anyway. Then Ryan said, which is irrelevant if the time runs out on all the duels. Then Nani said, damn, Matt roasting. Then Kevin said, sub Jet in chat. Yo, Kevin, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Oh, no, that's not what I'm trying to do. See, I do have some redundant cards in hand for sure. Matt said, but here's the other thing. I only vote for any one thing once, then it's gone forever. Those conditions are meant to put Jet into an interesting scenario. Then I would move to the next scenario. But you voted for the conditional thing before. So what about these conditions are different from the previous conditions that you voted for, considering your previously mentioned rule of only voting for the same thing once ever? Let's see. Matt said timing out isn't as problematic as you think. Jet pulled 30-second timers on us before. This is triple the time. Then Jefferson said, almighty push. Let's see, out of my hand, what do I not want? Kevin said, same deck, Jet. Isn't that a bit much? How can someone duel you if they can't even make plays? Seems a bit trollish, don't you think? So I don't actually believe that this stall deck is really that trollish. The first two duels I did today, I actually got pretty hard creamed. I rely heavily on spells and traps. So by playing cards that prevent the playing of spells and traps, like some of the Magician hand cards, the Witchcrafters. Well, the Witchcrafters didn't prevent spells and traps, but they provided a nice amount of removal. The Magician's Hand and Imperial Order, I would say, are two different cards that left me kind of stumped earlier today. There are definitely ways to play around what I have, and what I have is certainly not invincible by any means. Huh. I noticed that you attacked. How? Let's see. I see. Messenger of Peace is gone. So let's see how this goes. Interesting. He used Book of Moon to save it. Not bad. Yes, I would like to activate Golden Ladybug in hand. And then activate Messenger of Peace. And then summon Iron Chain Blaster in attack position. Let's see. I now end my turn, and I activate Poison Chain to mill one of the cards from your deck. Let's see. Matt said, but it has to win. Then it goes away. But Matt, haven't you already voted for and won with the conditions thing before? I remember you trying to impose conditions before. That's part of what I'm asking. I'm pretty sure you voted for and won with the conditions before, have you not? Zikri said, Nick, I'm off the floor. Hide the wet sign just to catch him slipping. Zikri with these bars. What's happening? Matt said, that has always been the case. Then Matt said, but if you play the same deck over and over, we can just build counter decks, which isn't entirely enjoyable. In terms of the counter deck thing, the current decks that are being used, Imperial Order would stop Ventra. Excuse me. That's true. Would it stop Crystal Bell? At a certain point, it depends on who goes first for some of these. Activate a card or effect. I'm fine currently. But keep in mind, I can also make decks. It's just the need to isn't entirely there. Magic Trickster definitely can toss my hand to me. But even Magic Trickster stated battle phase. Interesting. What's your plan? Yeah, I don't know what his plan is at all. Okay, let's see. But I can also make decks. The need to just isn't really that big of a deal right now. Magic Trickster can definitely hand my ass to me. Ryan's handed my ass to me plenty of times. But right now, I think the Iron Chain stall deck isn't really that bad. Not the best thing in the world, but isn't really that bad. Let's see. Jefferson said Almighty Push is powerful, and Madara is powerful to do a lot in one fight. I see that you're very enthusiastic about Naruto. Nothing wrong with that. Passion is passion. Let's see. What's going on? Ryan said, then just curb stomp Jet with counters. Then Matt said, but the point is playing those counters isn't as enjoyable as playing a deck that was crafted for more interesting uses. I feel like that's debatable. Matt said these conditions were not acknowledged fully as you killed Dueling Nexus. And then Nani said, that's a blue face bar. A blue face bar. Oh, that's like a bar from a specific person. I see. Did you Google it, or did you like just already know that it was by an artist by the name of Blueface? Let's see. Kevin said, well, not all decks are good at destroying spells and traps, but great on doing so to monster. So I don't think that's a fair statement. Like, some decks are great with traps and spells, and not monsters. Well, I feel like how good a deck is always relative to the deck that is being played against. So, Fisher would definitely destroy a guy. There's not anything I can really do about that. Choose wisely. See. No chain. Battle phase. I don't know what your plan is. Okay. There wasn't really one. That's fine. Or if there was one, I still just don't know it. Okay, where are we at? Matt said, plus, additional parts were added in reaction to how the stream played out. So you're saying you sometimes will vote for the same thing with slight modifications? I feel like there's very little limit to what you could do to repeat a vote based off of those rules. We're getting down to the wire. Let's see. Kevin said the problem is finding a balance in a deck that goes great with spells and traps and monsters in one deck. I do feel like you could easily put cards in a deck to try and counter this deck, but your deck would also have to be good with like its own win condition. Just being able to deal with the spells and traps can stop me, but you also have to like win. But that honestly doesn't seem too hard. If you stop my spells and traps, that's most of my defense, if not all of my defense. So you should just be able to go ham with your own monsters at that point and go in for the kill. Even like a normal monster deck with a good amount of spell and trap removal could deal with me. No problem. Let's see. I do have somewhat of a lead. Still, I don't think I need to play any additional cards. Not right now, at least. So I'll continue doing that. Let's see. Nani said it's a rapper named Blueface, lol. I'm surprised you never heard of him. Yeah, I listen to rap music, but I don't listen to a lot of like normal rappers. I guess what I mean is I listen to a lot of underground rappers. That's the better way to phrase that. Okay, we're almost there. Let's see. Nani said, Nick, on the Mortal Kombat trailer at the end, it looked like Liu Kang and Raiden fused with each other. Does that mean Liu Kang is a demigod? I haven't seen that. That sounds really crazy. I'm surprised that would happen. I love it when you get multiple golden ladybugs in your hand. That shit is marvelous. Matt said no. This was more an issue of you not allowing the vote to play out, since you won't allow a winning vote or run back if issues occur. How so? Won't allow a winning vote or run back. So you mean like if for whatever reason during the stream it like breaks? I don't know what you mean by a run back. Yeah, that actually is confusing. Let's see. Matt said this was also the case when you played Let It Die. It won, but didn't get proper representation since you didn't stream it the day it won. That would do it. No chain. It made sense that you'd run Raigeki. I don't think Battle Phase will do anything for you. Let's see. Matt said these general conditions will never appear again, as I don't even really care that much about Nexus. I just didn't want to see the same Nexus over and over again. Well, come up with cooler conditions that I actually like. If you're afraid of being put in ties where I won't pick your thing, just vote for things that you think that I would pick that you'd also like to see. That or vote for things that you think more people would vote for, so you have more of a majority and less likely of a chance to tie. The idea of the fan poll is to get an idea of what you guys want to watch and then provide what you guys want to watch. Fringe voting in its own right is already disadvantaged, if that makes sense. Not saying fringe votes can't possibly ever win, but if you're afraid of your fringe votes tying with the other people's votes, then all you have to do now is just make sure that your vote appeals to me. I'm not sure if that helped you, King, in the long run. Zikri said, I love cats. Then Matt said, my condolences. Nani said, yeah, it shows at the end. Well, it doesn't show them fusing, but you can tell because lightning and fire around them. Matt says it makes sense for anyone to run Raigeki. Well, earlier he was running Dark Hole, and I was like, there's no way he's running just Dark Hole. Also, you run Hinatama in your deck? That's oddly specific. Yeah, my brain suddenly was like, does he have a way to counter this? This is the first time I think it's prompted him to react. Nani said, greetings and salutations, my condolences. Matt said, Jet, if the new rule wasn't there, this wouldn't be an issue. But I don't think the new rule is actually a problem. No one else has said that the new rule is a problem, because it isn't. Let's see. Matt said, no one complained about random selection as a concept on its own, only that people being upset that the particular thing didn't win, which is to be expected. I personally don't see it as a problem. Let's see. I feel like it still allows for everyone to get what they want. Ryan said Matt just needs to vote better. Kevin said also Heavy Storm and Harpy's Feather Duster is banned still, Jet. True. Matt said I shouldn't have to conform to the general audience. You don't. You could also win through ties and voting for things that I would enjoy playing. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out if I want to play an additional thing or not. Right now, that's unnecessary for me to play an additional thing. We'll simply wait. Especially considering the current condition. That additional thing I would have played wouldn't have mattered. How has he been gaining life? I haven't been paying too close attention, but he's also well over the normal amount of health. Yeah, I have no idea what's been giving him all that life. Yeah, I legitimately don't know. Oh, here we go. Banish any number of dinosaur type monsters from your graveyard. Gain 400 life points for each banished. Ah, so that's how he got his life so high. Well, certainly not as close of a game as before. Insurance. Let's see. Uh, Ryan said Hinotama is banned in Battle City. Is it too good in Battle City? Zachary said something Melly. You know Melly? I don't know. I don't know what that means. Let's see. Matt said that's because you only ever see things from your perspective. Then Ryan said, lol, Matt saying that, which I think is interesting. That's something that I would have imagined Nani saying in reaction to Matt saying that. Ah. So, Matt, how do you see this situation from anyone else's perspective? Ooh. Hashtag GG, hashtag good game, hashtag handshake. I only really have 9 minutes left. We can try to go for a duel, but I'll just have to end it once those 9 minutes hit. Let's see. Jefferson said, "Can I play?" Oh, it looks like Dino King came up. So Dino King was ready. Keep in mind, Dino King and King are two different people. Though it is weird that King plays dinosaurs. I imagine Dinosaur King also plays dinosaurs. So it's a lot more dinosaurs. Dinosaur King said survival instinct. Matt said, Ryan, if I were doing these very same fan polls that Jed has been doing, I would never arbitrarily choose the result in a tie, even if I would hate the end result. That is just being fair to the audience. And then Dinosaur King said, Welp, that's GG for him. Then Kevin said, Jet, have you played Magic the Gathering before, like on Untap? I've played Magic the Gathering before. I'm personally not a fan of the game. I'm not a fan of mana systems in games. Damn, this is a lot of security. That should be fine. Let's see. Dinosaur King said, unless he can put a card in his deck somehow. Nice. Not a bad turn. Let's see how this goes. Hashtag GG, hashtag handshake, hashtag good game, Rap King. Let's see. No chain. Jefferson said, I want to play me. And then Rap King said, GG. And then Jefferson put disappointed faces. My apologies. Nani said, why do cards get banned? some cards are just really good. They kind of break the game. Sometimes cards are relatively good on their own. Other times cards are really good because there are other cards that, when used together, make them like too powerful. Dinosaur King said, yes, but this is a new deck I've built. Okay, ballin'. Matt said the issue will come up when new people who aren't part of your general circle come in and find the fan polls. They will essentially be discouraged from voting because of a precedent that is set in it. I don't really see why it discourages voting. Like I said, I don't add anything that hasn't already been voted for. It's just if there's a tie, now I just pick which one out of the set of options I would like to play or like to stream. Zikri said, who wants to duel? Keep in mind, Matt, if everyone voted the way that you did, during, like, in this system, I would still be forced to pick votes like yours. So it wouldn't be it's not like just because of the way you're voting, you're now no longer able to like win. It's more, no matter how anyone votes, I am always like put in that position. Matt said, stoned from how the audience is, ultimately a stagnation will occur. Then Dinosaur King said, aw. I now have Golden Ladybug, which is good. Additional defenses added. Let's see. Jefferson said, sad day. I'm sorry, Jefferson. Dinosaur King happened to pop into the lobby faster. Kevin said, why are you sad, Jefferson? Then Ryan said, Jet, seems like the Indian Mayan cards are working on Nexus. He said, I want a duel. This will probably end up being the last duel for today because we're so close to 2 p.m. Matt said, likewise, people who liked and voted for things like Fortnite, Dragon Ball Legends, etc., will not have their day. Depends on if other people want to watch it. Ooh. Dark Sanctuary came to the rescue. That could have actually ended badly. Let's see. Matt said, Jet, how many people vote in your fan polls on average? It's varied drastically. Recently, there haven't been as many votes, but times can change. I'm actually surprised that a lot less people have been voting, considering the fact that the whole point of the fan poll is you guys being able to control what you want to watch. I'm not sure if some people don't vote because what they wanted has already been voted for by someone else or what. But I do think it's interesting, to say the least. Raking said, Jet. Oh, well, Raking said, Nick, I see you have ads now. That is true. Matt said, how many ties have we experienced? We have experienced a good few ties. Let's see. But that's all dependent on who votes and wins. Sam White said, hey, what's poppin'? Yo, Sam White, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Raking said, well, Jackbox. Ryan said, people not getting what they vote for in a minority is how democracy works. That is what ends up happening. Because if you're a minority, that means other people aren't really voting for what you're voting for. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Not a bad choice for sure. Let's see. Matt said, and how often will you just pick something that you're familiar with, like over something that you don't know about or do not care for / like? So I feel like there's a big difference between something you don't know about versus something you do not care for / like. If I don't like it, I definitely don't have an incentive to pick it. That's true. But if I don't know about it, I still have the ability to try and, I should have popped that. I should have popped the Solemn Strike and then tried to use Golden Ladybug. You definitely put me in an interesting scenario. Oh, but if someone proposes something that I've never heard of before, but I look into it and it's actually interesting, then I don't see why I wouldn't want to pick it if I would prefer that over the other options. Jefferson said, no in a duel. I was looking forward, but never comes. So I might just go to the dueling book, Land of the Cheaters. Ooh. Oof. Let's see. Then Matt said, Jet, a lot less people have been voting for a long time, at least a few months, if not longer. I can't really speak to whether or not that is the case or not. There is a way to easily verify that, though, by just looking at the fan polls. But I don't, on a day-by-day basis, keep up with how often multiple people vote versus single people vote. Let's see. Jefferson said, well, I can't change it. And then it's not the disappointed face. The face is changed up. Confused face. Can't change what? Jefferson said I was working on a deck. Ryan said, so I should start consistently voting to counteract all of Matt's votes? Then Matt said, you would be at liberty to do so, Ryan, even if I dislike it. It's interesting that Ryan's at liberty to do that, even if you dislike it. But it seems like me changing a rule for a thing that I run, I am not at liberty to do, even though you dislike it, which is interesting. Let's see. Ray King said, anyone up for Dueling Book or Nexus? Then Jefferson said, me. Matt said, but that really doesn't matter at this point, Ryan. Zikri said, we love the Earth. It is our planet. The Earth is indeed our planet. You said plant. I thought you may have meant planet, which is why I said it. Matt said, it only matters if ties are random, which even with you doing what you're doing is more fair than getting screwed by Jet. This is most certainly an interesting scenario to be in. Let's see. Rap King said, Ray King, let's duel. Then Zikri said, Ray King, yes. Ray King said, okay. Rap King said, now. Jefferson said, I might not be here tomorrow because of dollar for Yu-Gi-Oh. Dollar? Question mark? I believe Dino King got me. Yeah, because he just uses the XYZ effect to say no. Hashtag GG, hashtag handshake, hashtag good game. Looks like we're finishing up right at 2:01 p.m. So I am going to be ending the stream. I will read the live chat, of course, before I end the stream. Before I read the live chat, I'm going to do my outro. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we do these live streams. It's yours, your friend, your boy, JetBlack the one and only, logging out. Peace. Zikri said, me. Ray King said, Rap King. I've made a new prank deck I need to try. Then Zikri said, please. Ryan said, what Matt is complaining about right now doesn't really matter at this point. Rap King said, okay, let's do it. Zikri said, I. Then Matt said, Jet. The fact it is a fan poll and that rules have been long standing is why the change is not beneficial. If this hour was just and then just blanks out. Then Rat King said, get your game on, Ray King. Ray King said, Jet going to the Vanguard tournament? What Vanguard tournament? Then Dinosaur King said, GG. Matt said, Jet does something he wants to do and occasionally takes advice from the audience. This wouldn't be as bad. Then Dinosaur King said, the deck ran better than expected. Then Jefferson said, Dallas, I mean, and Dallas for Yu-Gi-Oh. Nope. Oh, sorry, I said nope because I was thinking you were talking about what Ray King was talking about with the Vanguard tournament. So you won't be here tomorrow because you're going to be in a tournament in Dallas. Best of luck in the tournament. Then Jefferson said, say good luck. Yeah, that's what I just did. Rap King said, Ray King, you ready? Then Ray King said, they have to update it. Nexus, and yes, Rap King. Then Matt said you split my comment. I didn't split your comment. It seems like YouTube did. I mean, you see what I see. You see it right here. So I don't know what you're talking about. Then Rap King said set it up. But yeah, thank you all once again for tuning in. This is your friend, your boy, Jet Black One Only, logging out. And stay tuned. We got the vlog coming up this afternoon. Peace. Sorry, we have the vlog coming up tonight at midnight. Peace.